Hi guys, this is the first in a series of videos that I will be creating about a new game I'm developing, Floors of Discomfort. I'm making this video to just show some gameplay and talk about things that I plan on adding in the future, as well as show the things that already exist within the game that I find to be interesting and unique. So first off, Floors of Discomfort is a roguelike dungeon crawler, meaning that every time you play the game or every time you start a new run, the experience will be different, the map will be different, items will be in different places, and enemies will be scattered throughout the map in different ways every time you play, making the gameplay dynamic. So unlike most roguelike games, Floors of Discomfort is a side-scrolling, I don't want to call it a platformer because it's not, but it's just a side-scroller. And this pretty much means that there's a flat map, there's no rooms like there are in a game such as Binding of Isaac. And I just think this adds a little bit of uniqueness to the roguelike genre that hasn't really been seen in any popular games. So I'm going to be running through here, I'm going to be killing some enemies, buying some stuff at the shop, to show what I have so far, and maybe get some feedback from you guys, see what you have to say about it. So I'm going to be running over here, I'm going to look for a goblin, which is the basic enemy that exists within Floors of Discomfort right now, and I'm going to try to collect some coins so I can spend them in the shop. I've been working hard on developing the enemy himself because I plan on using his code to further advance the enemies and create better enemies in the future. Well, what I'm pretty much trying to say is the goblin is the base enemy of the game, and he's going to help me to create better, stronger enemies in the future. For all you developers out there, that I'm sure that would be interesting. So as you can see, that last enemy dropped 1 coin, which is shown on the top left there. So I'm going to walk around and try to collect 5 so I can buy the voodoo doll, which I will describe later, or talk about more later. So as you can see, that goblin got a hit on me before I can get a hit on him, and my health bar is starting to fill up with red. When it fills all the way up with red, then I will die, and we'll go to the death screen. Hopeless. Let's hope I don't get there. So as you can see, there's a lot of random shapes being generated in the map. This guy is following me. Alright, there we go, I got 3. So 3 coins in the shop will get me full health, but I don't really need that right now because I'm not really in that dire need of a health potion. So here's a cool little thing right here. This is the door that will advance me to the next room, or the next floor, I'm sorry. I don't want to go in there yet because I don't have the voodoo doll, but you can enter there at any time you want. There's no animation for it yet, and it's kind of, as you can kind of see, it's a little sketchy looking. I plan on fixing that, but that's the door. We'll come back to that later. So I'm still looking for the shop. The door and the shop and everything else that will be generated, or that will be spawned throughout the map, is all random, as you'd expect through any roguelike. So my health bar is starting to fill up a little more in red. I'm gonna have to get to a shop soon and get that voodoo doll. What the voodoo doll will do is it will increase my max hit points by 10, so I'll have 110 hit points instead of 100 that you start off with. So what I have in my hand right now in the game, obviously, is a crate. The crates are really useful. You can use them to get up onto things that are a little too high to jump. You can use them as a shield, but they have durability, and they can only take 2 hits, these wooden crates. I plan on adding iron crates in the future that will be able to take more damage, but as of right now, only wooden crates exist, and they are fairly useful, I find. Let's see if I can get 2 crates together so I can stack them. Oh, yeah, this one's gonna break. Let's kill some enemies. The goblins do tend to horde and swarm at me. I didn't really intend for that to happen, but that's just the way it is. So as you can see there, that... damn. Hopefully I won't die. So I have 6 coins right now. That's definitely enough to buy a voodoo doll. But I have to find the shop first to do that. I'm going to pick up a crate. I'll use this crate as a shield so that I don't get hit as easily. The crate animation is a little weird right now. Well, there actually really is no animation, but I do plan on fixing that as well, making it look as if the knight himself is carrying the crate. So there's just a little hack right now I have in there to make it. Alright, there's the shop down there. Let's hope I don't die. Alright, let's get to the shop. Alright, now I'm in the shop. Alright, good. That was a close one too, because I am one more hit and I'd be dead. So let's just talk about some of the things that are in the shop right now. There are 5 items right now that I have in the shop, only 4 of which have been implemented to work in the game, but I'm going to go through each one and talk about it. So first here we have the health potion. It's the little green thing over here. And that's a little description. The health potion will pretty much just give you full health, obviously, and that's 3 coins. Now the voodoo doll, as what I've been talking about for a little bit, the voodoo doll will give you max health, but it will also increase your hit points by 10. So I want that. I'm going to buy that. And I clicked it. Now there's no indication as to whether I bought it or not, but I have. I know because I made it. I plan on adding maybe an animation or something in the future to indicate that you bought the item, but that's topic for later. This is the overly affectionate, bear trap. That all he does is increase your speed. That's just a little funny animation there, or a little picture. This here is the anti-gravity cloak or cape, and what this does is allow you to glide further distances after you have jumped. It's kind of useful. This here's a cool little guy. He hasn't been implemented yet, but he's the pocket demon. He's the first pet that you can get for the. I guess I call him first because it's the cheapest out of all of them. And what he will do, he'll shoot fireballs at random when you're attacking enemies, and he'll just deal extra damage, which is very useful. Here's this hot soup, and what that will do is increase all of your stats so that you can carry more crates, your attack increases, your speed will increase, and your pushback that you have on the enemies will increase. I didn't really make a good description of that, but I will fix that in the future. These are the golden springs, or the springs. They allow you to jump higher and kill enemies as you would in Mario, for example, where you jump on the enemy's head, and he will die. This here is the fireball. It just allows you to shoot fireballs and have a ranged attack, which is very useful. This here is the mushroom bomb. You will be able to plant bombs, which are on a timer, and will explode and kill enemies within the blast radius. This here is the saw blade, which will have an aura of saw blades around you when you have max health that will deal damage to enemies when you are close enough to them. So very cool. There's a lot of stuff still to do, a lot of development to do in the future to make all this stuff work, but I think it's going to look very, very cool once we get it all working. So you can see now I have max health. There's no real indicator that I have 110 HP, but I do. As you can see, that can't even hit me. So I'm going to try to get to the door so I can advance to the next room, or floor. I keep calling it room. It's not good. So, oops. Alright. So this cliff's a little too high. I'm going to have to find a crate so I can get up there. Another advantage to crates. I plan on adding a score of some sort. I'm not sure how that's going to work yet, but I do plan on adding that so that you can have a score every time you play the game. Just a little side note there. Now I'm going to need another crate. The shop itself does look a little sketchy in terms of where it's placed on the map. That's a bug that I haven't gotten around to fixing yet. The door looks a little better, but the shop is very off. I do realize that. I'm going to have to fix that. So now my goal is just to get to the end of the room because I have no more use for this room. God, I keep calling it a room, don't I? It is a shop. Or it is a... Uh-oh. This isn't good. Alright, there we go. I finally got up that cliff. I was kind of getting nervous that I wasn't going to be able to do that. Anyway, so I'm going to get down here. I'm going to get this. this adds a little bit of strategy to the game, I feel, which makes it a little bit more fun to play every time. And it's not just all about hacking and slashing enemies. Whoops. So I'm going to put this here. I'm going to jump up here. Am I going to need one more crate? I think I might. Oh, no. Got it. Alright. So now I just got to get to the end. There's not going to be any enemies over here because I killed them all before. There's a set amount of enemies every time you play. Oh, darn. It's lagging a little bit, huh? Alright, so the screen recorder was causing problems, and it was causing me to lag, and I couldn't jump over the edge, but I did, and I got to the room. So now I'm going to enter the room. I got to the door. I'm sorry, I keep saying room. I got to the door. I'm going to enter the door, and that'll take me to the next floor, but I think I'm going to stop it here. And I'm just going to describe one more thing. I do plan on making each floor have a different theme, but as of right now, that is not implemented yet. That will be in the future, and that will be in the next update, hopefully. We'll see. Well, anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you find this game even a little bit interesting. And if you did, send me an email. I have my email in the description. Or leave a comment. I'll try to get back to it. Thanks for everything.